I've driven a lot of cars in my life, some fast, some flashy, some just plain weird, but nothing hits quite like the Mercedes G63 AMG. I'm not just talking about the sound or the power though. Those are insane, but the whole experience. This thing isn't just a car. It's a personality. An unapologetic, loud, square-jawed brute that somehow oozes class. I'm Leo Vance. Let me just say this right out the gate. The G63 is absurd in the best way possible. You sit in it, high above traffic, surrounded by quilted leather, jet-like turbine vents, and that giant digital display stretching across the dash, and you think, this shouldn't exist, but I'm so glad it does. It feels like you're driving a luxury bunker with a rocket under the hood. And what a rocket it is! Under that big flat hood sits a handcrafted 4.0-litre twin turbocharged V8, churning out 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. Mash the throttle, and it doesn't just go, it launches. It's like this 800-pound box-shaped SUV defies physics every time you put your foot down. It growls, it burbles, and it screams when you ask it to. You can't help but laugh like a maniac. But here's the weirdest part. Despite being shaped like a brick and having the aerodynamics of a filing cabinet, it handles surprisingly well. Don't get me wrong, it's no AMG GT or C63 around corners, but the steering is sharp, and the suspension, thanks to adaptive damping, keeps things tighter than you'd expect from a vehicle this size. It's still body on frame, still old school in a lot of ways, but AMG's engineers worked some serious magic here. Off-road? Forget about it. The G63 will crush just about anything you throw at it. 3 locking differentials, Larange gearbox, crazy approach and departure angles, it's got all the credentials of a proper off-roader. But let's be real, most people buying this aren't climbing rocks in the Mojave. They're crawling curbs in Beverly Hills. And that's fine, because whether you're on Rodeo Drive or in the middle of nowhere, it still feels indestructible. Now, let's talk interior. You open the vault-like door and step into a cabin that's more private jet than SUV. Mercedes absolutely nailed the luxury vibe. The seats are ridiculously comfortable. The materials are top shelf, and the attention to detail is obsessive. Heated, ventilated, massage seats? Check. Ambient lighting with enough colors to make a nightclub jealous? Absolutely. The MBUX infotainment system is slick, fast, and intuitive, although I'll admit, it takes a bit to get used to the touchpad. And then there's the design. That boxy, upright, military-inspired look hasn't changed much since the original G-Wagon, and that's exactly the point. It doesn't try to look futuristic or aerodynamic. It embraces its old-school charm. And people love it. Kids point, adults stare, other drivers either respect you or hate you, but they never ignore you. It's a rolling icon. Of course, it's not perfect. Fuel economy? Terrible. You'll be lucky to see 13 mpg. The turning radius is comically bad. And starting at around $180, 000B4 options, it's eye-wateringly expensive. But honestly, if you're shopping for a G63, fuel economy and price aren't at the top of your list. What you're buying here is attitude, presence, theater. The G63 is less about the numbers and more about the experience. It's a daily driver with supercar swagger, an off-roader with red carpet manners. There's nothing else quite like it, and I've driven just about everything. So yeah, if you ever get the chance to drive one, do it. You'll step out grinning like an idiot, wondering how something so impractical can make so much sense. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to our channel.